everybody. Welcome to On Deck with Dawson and Dawson. We're so excited today to have two special guests. Our first one is Dalia Badajos. She's with Benefit Management Specialist 360. What she does is she's a consultant to small and medium businesses for qualified and non-qualified retirement plans. For key executives. So people out there that are listening, listen up. They do 401ks and things like that. Really good to have you here, Dalia. Our second guest is Nicholle Trugman. Nicholle is a benefit consultant with OneDigital with health and benefits. So she's an employee benefit strategist. I love the fact she's a compliance consultant, technology advisor, and she does creative HR solutions. She's really your forward-thinking benefit consultant. Welcome, ladies. Yeah, it's really important what you guys do right now in our communities, and businesses are really challenged by so many things right now. But the most important challenge is attracting employees and getting them to stay. As you know, there's 11 million openings right now, and 1 million of those spots are where people are trying to find jobs. So we have basically 10 million jobs that are open with nobody interested in doing those jobs. So what you guys can do to my listeners and my clients is making sure that they can attract the right talent. So I'm excited to have you share your expertise. So Dalia, why don't you tell us a little about Benefits Management 360 and what you do there?
Sure. Benefit Management Specialist 360. Practice has been around for well over 25 years. And so what we do is we work with small to medium-sized companies and help them with their retirement plans. So that might be their 401k plan or their profit sharing plan or their defined benefit or cash balance plan. So we'll go in and reevaluate what they have and really fine tune it and improve it and get more engagement. Or sometimes we do the startup. So somebody who's looking to put a plan in place but doesn't know where to begin.
Oh my gosh. I remember being that person at one point. What do I do? I need to help my employees. Nicholle, please tell us about OneDigital and what you do there. I know it's an amazing company, and so are you.
Oh, thank you. At OneDigital, we are employee benefits focused. So everything benefits. We really try to merge your health and wellness together. And what I love about OneDigital and where I feel extremely blessed is we're considered one of the most innovative firms in the US when it comes to moving the needle and really helping redefine the benefits space.
Wow, it's so hard right now with getting people engaged with their employers, and the benefits are where they first start. So Dalia, tell us a little bit about the 401k plans and other company-sponsored retirement plans. What's happening right now in the marketplace, and what are you seeing?
Well, right now in the marketplace, we in the state of California have had a mandate for the past 3 years, and they've started. Started with companies of 100 or more, and then every year it's ratcheted down. Now we're down to 5 employees or more have a plan in place of sorts, or they have to participate in the state plan. And if you want control, you've got to put your own plan in. So it's an extremely busy, very exciting time. But it's interesting because normally retirement plans are the second tier benefit versus the first tier as medical benefits, which Nicholle handles. So it's been, whether they were planning to put one in or whether they were never going to put one in, people are putting one in now. So they're kind of being squeezed. And so it's a little bit of a balancing act. And Nicholle, what's happening in your space with the medical benefits and all the ancillary benefits?
Yeah, you're right. It's a squeeze. And quite honestly, the inflation of benefits compared to, the adjustments of cost of living just aren't comparable, unfortunately. And employers are doing everything they can. They have, their budgets they have to meet. But you're so right, Dalia. Retirement is always second fiddle to, let's say, your medical, dental, vision. We're really working with employers to not bifurcate the benefits. We see it in most firms where you go through open enrollment and it's primary, your health benefits. Right. And then maybe 4 to 6 months later is your retirement benefits. And by the time the employee gets there, even though the employer is working from one budget, so are the employees. And by the time they get to retirement, they don't feel like they have the money to put away. Right. So we have really been working with, retirement consultants like yourself, Dalia, to work with these employers to have them together. Let's have a holistic approach. Let's work on some defined contributions where employees can pick and choose what's important to them, diversifying their health benefits and giving them that ability to also afford their retirement benefits.
Now, I like the idea of putting it all in one budget and using that as a value add to the employees, basically their package, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not about salary. We're talking about how we're going to keep these people here. So on the 401k question there, Nicholle, I was going to ask you what you think the top 3 myths are with 401k plans. And then I want Dalia to tell us if it's right or not.
Oh gosh, I'm now being tested. All right, Dalia, be easy on me. The number 1 myth is I can't afford it right now. And everyone believes they don't have the money to afford it.
Yeah.
They do. It's pre-taxed once you do it. And Dalia,
Right.
can better explain this to you, but auto enroll and pulling those contributions out versus allowing them to choose if they want to enroll. I think auto enroll is really the best and a great learning. The second myth I would say is, gosh, with retirement is a lot of them just feel that Social Security is going to, they have Social Security and they have that access. Well, it's sunsetting in what, 30 years? I don't know where people are going to get enough for the retirement. And I think for the employers, it's their biggest myth from the employee side. And I actually want to rank this too, because I know Dalia's, marking my grades right now. The number 2 myth is employers feel like their employees aren't going to do it anyways. They can open up this plan and put in all the man hours and nobody will enroll. So I would say those are the 3 myths, but this is really Dalia's space. So I know she's going to correct me where I'm wrong.
Yeah, you are right on, Nicholle. Exactly. I mean, I think the first thing that comes to their mind is how it's expensive. How can it's for big companies? How can a little guy put this in?
Right.
And I'll tell you, with technology right now, we have got some companies that we work with that are really cost effective for the small business owner. And then if you get to the mid-size and we go to what we call a full market, there's a whole other group level of offerings that are available. But that's for the plan sponsor. They're concerned about what's going to cost me to even put the plan in.
Right.
And then the other piece is, and that's the employees thinking about how can I afford to set anything aside. So that's definitely the biggest pushback we would get from an employer on that. And participation too. You're absolutely right. Employers are a little bit of a stereotyping on what they think their employees can do. And when we get in there, because I brag about my engagement, when we get in there and I can get these employees engaged, then our participation is so high, and the employers are constantly dumbfounded that their employees who are making what is relatively low wage can still and is willing to still set something aside.
Wow, that says a lot.
It's a win-win for all of them. Yeah.
That says a lot for sure. Yeah, I like the fact that the bilingual people, right? The employees that are bilingual, I feel like they have been an underserved community for a lot of this. And like you said, the employers sort of assume when they shouldn't assume. And you ladies are helping, set the bar so that they don't assume, and that you teach them other ways of taking that budget that they have and applying it the way that their employee workforce is going to most appreciate it. So that's really super cool and cutting edge stuff for sure. So Dalia, I'm going to go back to you for a minute, and that is, what trends do you see the 401k and company sponsored retirement plans really going after now?
Well, now definitely the trend is across the country is that employers are putting automatic enrollment. So
Love that.
They get to decide, the employers get to decide when they want the employees to be able to have the plan. So if they decide 6 months, and that employee is going to be automatically enrolled 6 months after they've been employed, which is wonderful, because then the employer will choose a percentage. It might be 6%, and the employee gets to decide, no, I want 3, or no, I want 10, but they're automatically enrolled, as opposed to saying, oh, I'm signing into the plan. They have to sign out of the plan. So the engagement across the country, which the government is extremely happy about, people are saving more.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really great news, Talia. Really great news. Because, your Social Security is not going to be there for everybody. And that is a conflict, I think, right now.
Well, and Social Security was only designed to be one of the three legs of the stool. So,
Got it.
right. So people thought that, originally, it is it's what I'm going to rely on. But no,
Right.
no, there's three parts to it. You have to save on your own.
Yeah.
So inside your plan, outside your plan, and then Social Security.
Well, and Dalia, I just learned that the average Social Security payment is a little under $1,400 a month. I don't even, you can barely rent a room for that, it seems
Yeah.
like, especially
Yeah.
in California. I know other parts of the US, but it doesn't go very far. And I think that there's a misconception of how much it actually provides.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I tell you, the closer you get, the more you look at it, because they keep sending you the mail, hey, you can retire now. You're like, hey, be quiet. I'm not retiring for a long time. Anyway, let me do another question for Nicole here. So, Nicole, how do you know which benefits are the right ones for the employees in that group and that company? And I know you have this algorithm, you have this very smart way of figuring it all out, but tell our listeners how involved that really is and how you do that, because I think that's the mystery secret we're finding out now.
It is a mystery, and I wish I would say it's a one size fits all, but it's really not. One of the first things we do is a full demographic breakdown. I really need to understand who they're employing, and also the industry. Different industries need different certifications, so that they have to go to school for this job. Where's our younger workforce coming in? How long are people working in these specific positions? And then my favorite, as much as some employers don't like to do it, is an employee survey. They're really intuitive. The employees tell you what they want. And what's interesting is employees aren't necessarily saying, I want you to pay for it. They just want it offered. The lack of offering is what really gets people sometimes, because there's so many great benefits you can offer on a voluntary basis. They just want access to it. And the other thing we look at and we talk about is retention, because that is costly to employers. And what are employees saying on their exit interviews and their surveys? So, to circle back, if we're looking at a younger demographic, and sometimes we have all four full force generations going through, then we need to look at a variation of benefits. It's what rich benefits and what I'm putting into for me is not applicable to different generations. What I want in a benefits plan is not necessarily what our millennials want. And I think that's the misconception. And it doesn't cost you more. It's just broadening the offering and perspective. So you're right. We do have this full algorithm where we go through it and make recommendations and really work within those budgets, as well as offering those benefits that the employees want. Because the biggest problem we have, and we have great employers spending a ton of money on benefits, but they have certain generations and certain parts of their workforce that don't want those benefits. They want different benefits.
Right.
So it's really figuring that out for them.
It's a lot to think about when the amount of responsibility that's on your shoulders, right? Both of you guys, because the retirement, you're either going to have it or they're not, Dalia, and you're trying to your best to get them to participate. And then as far as benefits go, the employers are going to lose employees based on the numbers we just shared earlier if they don't have their benefits really ramped up so that they are accommodating all of their workforce. So you ladies are amazing. I mean, I can tell why you do so well right now. It's like, okay, don't mess with me. I got it going on here. And you're going to show them what it's all about. So how did you come to be who you are today? That's what I like to end the show with is, how did you decide to do what you do? And then what has that done for you? And, that sort of thing in your families and so forth. So Dalia, you want to go ahead and take that first?
Sure. So, I basically got out of college and I knew I was either going to go into investments or I was going to go get a law degree. Well, investments, I needed to work a little bit. So I started in investments, and then pretty quickly I started working with retirement plans. And that has been one of the things that I love about the retirement plans. Two things. There's more than that, but is that when I go out there and I'm meeting with a client and we get a plan going and I go meet with the employees and do the education meetings, I know I'm affecting hundreds and thousands of people.
You bet.
And in a positive way.
Yeah.
And I am so, it's so rewarding just to know that because I got them started, that they're going to end up in a better place than if they had not met me.
Yeah, so
And
true.
I've been around long enough that I have had the reward of seeing my clients sell their businesses, and and they thank me for my work, and they said,
Aw.
we could never be here if it wasn't for you. And I said, I could never be here if it wasn't for you, because you actually listened to what I offered. So
That's a lot of value there. Yeah.
yeah, it's a partnership, and I love the relationships that I build, but the fact that I can affect a mass amount of people
Yeah.
is very rewarding.
That's so you. I mean, knowing you the way I do, that is exactly why you do what you do, because it helps everybody, and you're just a helper. I mean, you're
Yes.
Miss Philanthropic, through and through. So, although you get paid for this, it's kind of like you're doing your own nonprofit, educating the world to make them understand. It feels like. So we'll slide over to Nicholle, who's doing basically the same thing, but in a different way, right? It's about healthcare benefits and the packages of attracting people to companies. So, Nicholle, how'd you get involved in that?
I made a career change in my mid 30s. So over 10 years ago, I took a job actually as a personal assistant to an agency owner, and they realized I understood benefits. So ended up asking that I get licensed. And I've loved it since day one. I have a genuine
Aw.
passion for being a business partner. So I really immerse myself into the businesses. I'm super curious about budgets and what are their next goals for the next 3 to 5 years, because my
Right.
job is to help them reach those goals and implement those strategies, and making sure not only do they have the right benefits in place, but that also helps them get the right people that they need to move their business forward. So, each industry is very different. So, we have those industries that could be more high tech, mortgage, banking,
Mm-hmm.
finance.
Mm-hmm.
They have a different benefit offering. Let's say our manufacturing and construction, and that underserved community, as you said, I am really passionate about those employees to make sure that they fully and completely understand. And quite frankly, I'm so blessed at OneDigital to have a team of 8 behind me that makes sure that these employees have a complete understanding of their benefits, that they're enrolling into the right plans, and that they feel that they're heard, and it's affordable to access care for them. So I just love the different variations, and I love to just dig in there. So I just like being challenged every day. So, call me the problem
Awesome.
solver, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, you both have that in common. Like you don't see the glass half empty ever. You see the glass half full. And if it is half empty to somebody else, you analyze, why do they think that way?
Yeah.
That's what you guys do. So I'm so proud to have you on the show, and so happy to offer your services to the people that are our listeners. So you guys just need to make sure that you're calling these two ladies if you have any questions at all, anytime. You don't have to pay. It's a matter of a consultation, and then they'll kind of give you the answers. So if your company is looking to do another 401k or change their benefits, these are the ladies I want you to reach out to. So thank you guys for coming on. This means so much to me and our listeners, and we're so happy that you're part of that crowd of helping our companies do better and better, especially in these crazy times. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for this amazing opportunity.
Okay, see you guys.